Hi, Dr. Eric Westman here with another episode of Dr. Westman Reviews. Today's topic will be different types of yogurts. Remember to download my top 10 tips to start keto the right way if you haven't already done so. The link is in the description below. So, a lot of people ask me about yogurts and wonder if they can have full fat, low fat, no sugar added, Greek yogurt, Um, Remember, using a simple system like I teach, you want to really focus on the total carbohydrate of any food that has a label or in a box or a bag. So you want to always look at the yogurt total carbohydrate. Don't look at great for keto diets, or I'm even seeing now on the grocery store shelves. Haven't you seen them? There are products that say great for keto diets. They might even have the brand be keto brand. No, don't get hoodwinked by any of those things. I mean, some may be okay, but others typically aren't. You want to look at the total carbohydrate grams, and it's not that they're wrong or bad. It's just that the prescription strength keto diet uses total carb calculation, staying under 20 to 30 grams for the day. If someone comes to my office to reverse diabetes or obesity, I'll keep people at 20 total grams for the whole day. Um, Using net carbs and using internet keto methods might work for you, but when people come to my clinic, they want it to work the first time every time, so I use 20 total carbs as the limitation. So pulling up some low-fat yogurts. Remember, low-fat came about because of the idea that low-fat diets would fix everything. The idea was that if you limited fat, because there are more calories in the fat than calories in carbs or protein, you would have weight loss. So if people would just eat less fat, they would lose weight. Well, the problem with that is if someone ate more carbs than the fat calories they restricted, you had more calories from the carbs, then you would actually gain weight. And that's what basically the 1990s and early 2000s was, that people restricted fat but had unlimited or more carbs and ended up gaining weight. We have the largest diabetes and obesity epidemic ever as a result of telling people not to have fat. Well, so low-fat diets, even on the labeling, don't be persuaded by that. Go right to the carbohydrate. And so when you look at total carbohydrate, this one has 32 That's 32 grams of carbohydrate. That's a lot. And don't worry about the 11% or the fibers or sugars underneath. Just look at total carbohydrate. It's a simplification that saves time. So this other low-fat yogurt has 25 grams of carbohydrate. My goodness, it's a lot and it's one serving. Careful, sometimes they'll say 25 grams, but then they'll say there are two servings in the container. So if you had the whole container, that would actually be 50 grams of carbohydrates. So the lowest low-fat yogurt in terms of carbohydrate I could find was 15 grams of carbs. And that's still pretty high when you're looking at staying under 20 or 30 carbs for the whole day. Don't get persuaded by the low-fat language anymore, but then don't be persuaded by the keto language either. Let's go to the carbohydrate content of something like a full-fat yogurt or full-fat Greek yogurt is a common term used. And here we have total carb is 8G, or 8 carbohydrates, 8 grams, total grams. So that's lower than any of the low-fat ones out there. I know in our local area there are some brands that are low enough in carbs, say 3 grams per serving or 4 grams per serving. So you could even, one of them has a little piece of fruit at the bottom, and one serving size is 5 grams of carbs for that. And that would be acceptable if you could stay to that one serving for that yogurt, because you're moderating the amount of carbohydrates. So the full fat yogurts actually are better, but still always look at the label in terms of the carbohydrate in it. And you really only have to look once, right? You check out the label, and then that brand is going to be pretty reliable. So I have to say, in this case, low-fat versus high-fat yogurts. High-fat yogurts are better, but still be concerned about the amount of carbs in there. If they add sugar to it, that's not good. So find the no sugar added or low carb full-fat yogurt, and always check the label on the product to ensure that the carbs are super low. I remember one person came back having purchased all of this kind of product under the assumption that light, L-I-T-E, meant that it didn't have sugar in it, when actually it had a lot of sugar in it. It depends on the product, on the labeling. Keto doesn't necessarily mean low enough in carbs for prescription strength keto diet. So always be vigilant, at least the first time you look at those kinds of products, so you get familiar with the different brands. After doing this for over 20 years now, I have to kind of confess that I stay mainly to zero carb foods, so that I don't really have to worry about counting carbs. And the idea or the need for something sweet kind of fades away over time. Remember, these other alternative sweeteners are okay to get you off sugar, but after a while, even the things that didn't taste sweet before start tasting sweet as your taste buds kind of wake up. So full-fat yogurt, make sure though that it doesn't have sugar in it. Always watch the carbs. The low-fat yogurt, not so much anymore. I hope that's helpful. Please like and ring the bell and subscribe if you haven't already, so you don't miss out on further content. And if you haven't downloaded the How to Start Keto the Right Way, please look in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And check out adaptyourlifeacademy.com.